First Rodeo Radio, where the race begins. The homies have reached the starting gate, and they're off.
How's it going, everyone? We got two very, very, very special guests on today, Marcus and Brendan from the Horse Racing Kings. What's up, guys?
What's up? How you doing?
So let's get started here. You guys are obviously a lot younger than most people in the industry. How did you, how did you get involved at such a young age?
So we used to go to the
into
track
this?
a lot, and we kind of, we lived near there, so we kind of started going, and then we're pretty good. We know a lot of the jockeys pretty well, so we just got a mic from actually my sister. She lended us a mic. Our friend got us one, and we just thought we'd try interviewing someone, and then we interviewed the jockey, and we just made a channel and posted it and see how it would do, and then it just slowly we just started getting more interviews and kind of got the hang of it.
Okay. Let's ask the big question on everybody's mind here. How did you get Dave Portnoy on camera?
But yeah,
So
so Brendan can tell you about that.
So he was this was on Travers Day at Saratoga, and he was doing like a broadcast booth right next to the paddock. And so he just comes out after every race, and we just had a big friend group with us, and we were all just screaming his name, and then he came over, gave us the interview, and it was good.
Were those questions pre-planned at all or just straight off the
Yeah,
dome?
they were. So right before he told us it has to be like really fast because obviously it's a lot to do on Travers Day. I think it was actually maybe the race before Travers, but
Yeah,
so
I
he had a
think it
lot to do.
was right before the
So he
Travers
told
race.
us we got to make it really fast. So we actually had to slow that interview down, like on TikTok, because it was so fast. But yeah, they were definitely pre-planned.
Who's your next white whale guest to get on?
I mean, we're looking for Chad Brown right now.
Yeah, we're
Right?
trying to find him. Yeah, we're trying to find him. And
He's in
Marcus
and out of.
is heading over to the Derby, I think, right, Marcus?
Yeah,
Next year or something, so he'll get some there too, which will be good.
but Chad Brown's in and out of Saratoga a lot, so we're trying to find him downtown, at a restaurant or something. But yeah, so that's probably who we're looking for next.
Damn. Anybody else, or is he just
I
the
mean,
one you guys are focusing on?
in the winter, it's kind of tough to find people, so you kind of just take what you can get, But anyone
Yeah,
really that's in the horse industry will take, and some other sports too. We just did an interview with like pretty well-known baseball, like TikToker, so that was pretty cool too.
yeah.
Who was that?
His name is Joey Lauer, 60 ERA guy. Is
Yeah,
his name. He does baseball content, and he's out of Saratoga. And we just saw him downtown and got the interview.
yeah. So how about you guys tell us a little bit about your channel and what you guys do with your horses?
Yeah, Brian, I think before we
Yeah,
do
so
that,
I
we
mean,
should,
we're more on the business side, I guess you could
Yeah,
call it, versus you guys seem to be primarily content, trying to get TikTok famous. So we started just our whole goal is to let anyone and everyone become a horse owner, and we do that through like low level of entry. We're not requiring 15, 20, $50,000, just $500 to get involved. Me and Matt will handle all the normal back end work and just try to give everyone the best first experience, their first rodeo in racing, making it as enjoyable as possible and just help build the sport through that way and make it not such you need to have Dave Portnoy money to get in and own horses.
yeah. And how long have you guys been doing it? Like,
We're going on our 4th year now. So
nice.
ramping up a little bit. It's starting to grow. There's definitely been some growing pains, but I mean, all the problems we have, I'd quantify as good problems.
Yeah, and where do you guys normally run out of?
We're actually pretty well spread out. We have horses on the Kentucky circuit. We just had one in Florida. We'll have one in Arkansas here coming up. We've raced in New York a couple times.
And you guys always go when you have your horse there. You always go and watch them.
We try. I mean, me and Matt, we both have real day jobs that
Yeah,
we do have to tend to, so we can't just always pick up and go to a midweek race. We try, like, if they're racing up in Kentucky, that's a quick 2-hour trip for me. If my
Nice.
schedule allows for it, I'll go. If we race on the weekends, I'm most likely probably gonna go. So we try to make every race we can. Making every race, one, just from a financial point of view, we don't have it there yet. So
Yeah.
it'd be a lot for us to go fly down to Tampa on a Tuesday and get a hotel or fly back the same day. Hopefully one day we can get to a point where we have a majority, we're in attendance, or at least someone within like our organization is in attendance. But
Nice.
yeah, right now it's just not super
When
feasible.
when the people buy in, do they buy into like a certain horse, or like a percentage of a horse, or they buy into like all the horses?
No, so we do something pretty unique in terms of the market share area, I guess, where I mean, like my racehorse is probably the biggest, most well-known horse racing partners syndicate thing. We crowdsource at the beginning of each year, and then you buy shares of that company, that year's like company group, I guess you could call it. And then you'll own every horse that comes through our stables in that year, and then also like
Nice.
retain them if we hold them out. But yeah, we
Nice.
do that for a couple reasons. One, as I said earlier, our main target is like first time investors. I mean, some of our investors, they don't even go to a track before they're invested with us. So real just new, we're introducing them to the sport. And one problem that me and Matt saw with my racehorse philosophy and all these bigger outfits is one, people don't always have 10, $15,000 to invest in a horse. And then two, like if they do, great for them, but they're also kind of going in blind, in which case you are it's a gamble, right? I mean, if you're new to it, you don't know what to look for. You don't know what a horse should look like. You could see the past performances and the bloodline of the horse, but like you don't really know what it means. So it's a blind gamble.
Yeah.
So one of our main deals is kind of, I mean, you guys are a little too young to be investing in stocks, but risk mitigation through diversification. So essentially all that means is like instead of putting all your eggs in one basket and that horse is a bust, we like to spread it out. That way if one's a bust, one does well. Hopefully at the end of the year we just have more that do well than don't, and that's how one, we're profitable, and two, give everyone the best experience they could have.
How'd you guys come up with the name?
First rodeo racing. So one thing that me and Matt share is our love for this one artist. He used to go by Mike Stud. He just goes by Mike now. But he put out his whole thing was, or his merch line is Stevenson Ranch. The name of that is, or one of his tours. I'm bad. One of his tours was called Not My Last Rodeo. So we kind of inverse that. Went with
Yeah.
first rodeo racing.
Yeah.
Rodeo is not the best word probably we could use since we're not involved in rodeos at all. But one, it flows better. And then two, it's even though we're not a rodeo, it's first rodeo is like what people use to describe their first attempt at something. Like, oh, it's my first rodeo at this. Like you're new to it. And that's being who we target. We figured the name would work in that sense.
Yeah.
We do have goals to get into rodeo. Just selfishly, I think it'd be pretty cool to have like a bucking bronco or a bull. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
just cool animals to have. So
Yeah.
maybe one day we'll get into the rodeo, but yeah, for now we're just on horse racing.
And then a question I've been wondering, I think me and Brent have, how do you guys come up with the logo? It's a pretty
The
cool logo you
logo.
got.
So is this the logo hat? I gotta think. No, this is just text. The logo, just are you talking about the FRR one that's on all our socials?
Yeah.
So if you look, you don't have to look too close. It's really just the SEC logo with
Yeah.
different letters. So Matt went
Nice.
to Clemson. He's a big ACC guy, but I mean
Yeah.
the SEC logo, one, it's iconic, and we're big believers. And if it's not broke, don't fix it. SEC outside of this year, it's had a lot of success, real recognizable logo. It just made sense. The letters worked. I think it looks kinda cool. So
Yeah.
that's, yeah, short answer is it's just the SEC logo rebranded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously you guys have a farm for all your horses. And have you done that before? Like been on a farm, or is this kind of your first time?
So I grew up my father owned harness racing horses. So, I
Nice.
mean, I've been around stalls, been that and my family's always had horses, more working horses. Like, my uncle used to push cattle and stuff, so more working horses. So I've been around farms, been around horses a majority of my whole life, so it's not completely new to me. Matt was newer to it. I mean, Matt still has never ridden a horse,
Uh huh.
which is a little fun fact for people, even though he's worked down in Ocala as a groom for I think he was down there for, like, 8 months. Still has never
Yeah.
ridden a horse.
So you guys have a couple wins.
Yeah, I think we are up to 9 wins, I believe.
There we
Matt
go.
did.
We got Matt back.
Hey, sorry, boys. I'm going to the airport right now in Dallas, and service is very spotty, so it's sprint to a Wi-Fi spot.
That's all right.
Feel like I'm disrespecting the horse racing kings here. Might have to be like the kings might have to discipline me here.
Oh, you're
All
gonna have
good.
some capital
What did
punishment.
I what did I miss? What did I miss?
We just heard you've
We
never
just
rode a horse before.
Me?
Yeah.
Never. So fun fact, I worked with horses every single morning for 4 months, like 4:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m., but never have ridden a horse. And now
My
my thing
God.
is I'm waiting until we have a horse win a championship, and then I ride that horse.
What do you mean by a championship? Like a Breeders' Cup or?
Breeders' Cup, any grade one a race, I'll count.
All right.
What about you guys? Have you guys ridden horses before?
No, I haven't either.
I have not. No.
All right,
Dang,
Well,
so
so
it
I'm
I
sounds
have
leaving
like
you
we
like
all
alone.
gotta do it.
I have ridden like horses before, but not like just like at a carnival or something. You know what I mean?
For sure. So I've got a question for you guys. What do your classmates and your peers think of horse racing?
Uh,
They like they're like not into it as much. I feel like they don't know as much
yeah,
about it. I feel like we're like really into it.
yeah. I don't think
What
they
do
really mind it as much. You know what I mean?
what do
Yeah.
you think? What do you think we have to do to change within horse racing to get more guys like yourself into it?
I think just more videos, more horse accounts. You know what I mean? Just more reps and more stuff like that.
For sure. What do you guys like most about the sport?
I just like I feel like interviewing the jockeys and seeing all the guys like Dave Portnoy, for example, is just fun to do in the summer. And me
I
and
just like
Marcus.
I like everything that goes into it. The people that work, and if you get a victory, it's pretty cool. And paddock and the historics of some of the tracks. So,
Well, you guys are more behind the scenes type guys. You aren't really there to watch the actual race per se, but you love the everything that goes on before and after it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean the race is exciting too, but
Yeah.
But you really care more about the process than the goal.
yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's
Have you
cool.
guys been to any other tracks besides Saratoga?
Oh,
I'm going to
not.
I'm going to the Kentucky Derby this year, but besides that, I don't think so.
Man, we'll be at the Derby too. We'll have to do a little collab for sure.
You're going this year?
But yeah, we go every year.
This year,
Nice.
next year, the following year.
Is it pretty
Me
fun?
and Marcus.
It's my favorite weekend of the year by
Yeah.
far.
Better than Christmas.
Nice.
You'll have a blast for sure. What are your
Yeah.
plans? Are you planning to do some content while you're out there?
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah, so
try,
only
but
Marcus is going down, but we're also trying to get it to Aqueduct, which is only
yeah,
like a few hours away from us before they close it up.
Yep. You got Aqueduct for a few more months, and then you'll have the new Belmont Park. So you guys will have to
yeah. I think
definitely
we're
Yeah.
gonna
cycle through
go
those.
to Belmont Park for the Breeders' Cup in
That is going to
2027.
be. I got to get there too. That sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but in Kentucky, I'm pretty sure they like Saratoga. We're pretty lucky. They have a track line. I don't think they have that in Kentucky, do they? Out to the public?
In terms of like where the jockeys walk,
Yeah.
yeah, no, there's nothing like that at Churchill Downs. So we'll have to. I'll get you guys in contact. Has anybody reached out to you in terms of like getting media credentials, all that stuff?
Yeah,
Well,
so
I
my
think
dad, we're trying to work on getting credentials for the track season in the summer this year. And I think we're gonna get it for the track for Saratoga, but I don't know about for the other tracks.
yeah.
We can help you guys out there. We've got a friend. They run the Next Gen Thoroughbred podcast, and they just went through
Really?
getting licensed at Churchill Downs, and they've got license at
Yeah.
Saratoga. So we could definitely get you guys in contact and help you guys out there because I think what you guys are doing for the sport's super important
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
great.
Thank you.
for
When
sure.
you're in Kentucky too, probably not on Derby Day, but if you go up a little early, we'll get you guys to the backside and see some of the behind the scenes access that goes on and
Nice. Yeah, that'd
try
be
to
Yeah,
get
have
you
sick.
you
down to the paddock
have you guys
maybe.
done that at Saratoga yet? Have you done the backside at Saratoga?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
so
yeah.
we normally go to the practice track before, and we can check out the horses, the barns and stalls and stuff too.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah,
Do you
so we
guys
need
have
to
a
see.
favorite horse?
What?
You guys have a favorite horse you've seen there? Maybe
Ooh.
doesn't have to be one that's had like necessarily on track, like
I
Mine
feel like
stellar performances, but just like one you like to see or
I
mine
feel like it
is
was cool to see Sovereignty at the Travers in
yeah.
Saratoga. Or yeah.
I think
I thought
mine's probably Sovereignty as well, but there's also Ted Nafi ran at our track when he was like his first couple races. I think it was his first race. And he won at like 7-1, or it's pretty high. And then me and Brendan actually sell water at the track sometimes. And his owner, the owner of Spencer's Farm, came out and gave us $100 tip after. It was pretty
There
cool
we go.
that's
after they
pretty
So
won, so
nice.
that was cool.
So let's say hypothetically, right? You encounter maybe two guys that are more on the journalism side of the argument. I don't know, maybe say Sovereignty is soft. He was afraid to run the Triple Crown and tries to duck journalism a lot. What would your response to that be?
we're obviously like kind of disappointed that Sovereignty didn't run and could have got the Triple Crown, but yeah, it was tough to see.
Do you
I think
think
he
he
I think he would have won, no doubt. I mean,
Yeah, I think
I
he
think
would
he
have won also.
I think he was a much better. I mean, journalism's a great horse, but I just think Sovereignty was just one hand up, He's just a little better and better trainer and just
but
everything.
goes to ship one time and gets sick?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That doesn't seem like a horse of the year to me. I'll be honest. Like you got to
Yeah.
be able to travel well. No one's won a Super Bowl playing all the home games.
yeah,
Yeah. It also is pretty disappointing. You know, he didn't run in the Preakness and then again doesn't run in the Breeders' Cup Classic. So it's tough to see because you wanted to see him as just a 3-year-old run against some of the older horses like, Chad Brown and Sierra Leone and Fierceness and see how he did against some of the older ones, but he didn't even get to run.
Yeah, maybe he was sick. I don't know. There's rumors I saw out there, heard from a reliable source. He was just when he saw journalism walk past him at the Travers, he went, "No way am I racing against this guy."
well,
Yeah.
Brian, he beat him in the Travers. So, but Sovereignty never shipped. Sovereignty always had home field advantage versus journalism. Journalism always was traveling to his races versus Sovereignty tried to travel one time to the Breeders' Cup and got sick. So what
Yeah.
Brian and I are saying is it's kind of a Mickey Mouse championship. I mean, if we're not going to run against the best all across the country, what are we going to call it?
Yeah, I totally agree. I honestly didn't think Forever Young was going to win in the Breeders' Cup Classic either. So maybe he'd beat Sovereignty if he travels. Sovereignty, you haven't really seen him travel and stay healthy enough to race. But yeah, in the Preakness too, 2 excuses to miss both of them. That seems like a lot.
It's just something I think the voters should take into consideration.
Yeah,
So I guess like what's on your guys' bucket list? I think I lost the middle part of the conversation here. It sounds like you guys really want to interview Chad Brown. I guess
yeah.
what are sort of things within horse racing you guys wanting to do? Like what's your guys if you had the magic wand, it could do anything within horse racing. What would you guys do?
Like, who would we want to interview, or like, is that what you're
Anything.
talking?
Like, kind of, what do you guys hope to accomplish with horse racing kings, and then what do you think is some of the steps to get you guys there?
We're just trying to get like as many interviews as we can in the off season because it's kind of tough to do to see as many like horse related people in Saratoga in the winter as the summer. And we're trying just to do that, and it'll help us gain followers probably to get more of the interviews.
Yeah, I think we're also trying to get to like 10,000 followers by the next Saratoga meet. And we're just trying to get interviews and stuff and, just have fun with it because we know we just started for fun and just trying to keep getting followers, keep getting interviews, and just enjoy it, go to some of the bigger races and have fun with it.
For
Yeah.
sure. Do you guys have any role models in terms of the people that you are learning from and the way they do interviews and all that?
Not really, but there is, well, I guess, yeah,
Yeah, lost him a little bit.
What do you think, Brendan? What do you think? You have any role models?
okay, so
Um, I don't really know about the role models, but I did hear you guys talk about next gen thoroughbreds. You guys know them, right?
Yep, we know Tanner and Tim. We actually met them
I think
this last summer in Saratoga, so it kind of just shows
yeah.
you from
I
horse
think
racing you can
we
make a lot of new
Marcus,
friends.
didn't we meet them too? I think we met him in Saratoga.
we might have.
Remember? I think we did, yeah.
So also what we use is there's a couple, obviously people, me and Brendan actually know the CEO of Naira. So we get into the winner's circle a lot. And there's a couple interviewers there, and you just try and listen into their questions, see what they
Yeah.
do. And then there's a couple smaller interviewers, kind of like us, like 20,000 followers, but they have more followers than us. But then you ask them, like, hey, what are your questions? There's a nice guy, Agent 365, who helped us a lot. He gave us some, like, what to ask, told us about the jockeys, like, where to ask, and stuff like that. So, yeah, they're pretty helpful.
Do you guys follow Inside the Backstretch at all?
Mhm.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think we've heard of them. There
You
is
guys
this
should.
one guy. His name's Darwin.
But
Yep,
yeah,
I know
He helped
Darwin.
us out a lot, Darwin. Shout
Darwin,
out to
he's great.
Darwin.
Yeah, he is a great guy. He helps us a lot when he gives us interviews and helps us videos, posts on his channel, gives a shout out. So yeah, he's very helpful too. But who's the guy you're talking about?
It's
Inside the
Yeah, into the backstretch. Real players inside the backstretch. You guys should follow him. He does interviews on the backside after the races. He's always at Saratoga. We'll definitely introduce you to him. I have his phone number, so we could introduce you guys to Razi there. He does a really great job of getting, the real stories, the people that make horse racing go. He's a very, very good
Yeah.
storyteller. He asks really good questions. He would be a great person for you guys to meet. And I think obviously you have uh, Acacia Clement, you have Maggie Wolfendale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They do a
Maggie. She
great
helps
job
us
as
a lot.
well.
Maggie helps us a lot.
Sounds like you guys have a good support cast. You guys are learning from the
Yeah.
best than the best.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's definitely helpful. Saratoga's obviously a pretty historic track, so they have a lot of good people there, good jockeys. They all mostly have the best jockeys that during their meet, and good people to help us out, and some famous people like Dave Portnoy. You can watch what Barstool does, and so that's obviously very helpful.
Who's your
Have
guys'
you guys
favorite
got the,
jockey?
Ortiz brothers on yet?
No, well, actually, we've had Jose twice, but both the times the interviews haven't really worked out great, and there's been kind of people, it's been really crowded. So we're trying to get him again. And IRAD we haven't got to get yet because we only started this like with like 2 weeks left in the meet. So that
Yeah.
definitely did help.
Yeah, Irad's a tough one to get. My favorite jockey there in Saratoga racing the summer is probably Joel Rosario.
Yeah,
He's
I'd say
a
Joel
nice
too.
guy, good jockey. Yeah.
He's a great guy, good jockey. He was actually our first interview ever, and he's a very energetic guy, good jockey. So he's very nice.
Yeah,
Love it.
Jose was actually on our horse during our first win, which was our first race.
Really?
Yeah,
What
he's a good
jockey?
jockey.
What track was that at?
Keeneland.
Nice. Jose, yeah, he's a young jockey. I think eventually he'll be much better than his brother. Well, maybe not much better, but I think he'll be better. I think there's some really good upcoming jockeys. I think Christopher Elliott's a good jockey, Jose Ortiz. So some of them, they're pretty good. Jose Gomez, they're coming up nicely.
Do you guys have any interest in maybe not interviewing I guess the stars of the show, you could say it? Maybe try to get one of the training riders or grooms or venture into that side at all?
Yeah. We've been
Yeah,
trying to get some of, like, we usually get, like, the winners and interview them in the race, but I think we have a couple interviews of where we didn't get the winner and just ask them how they thought about the ride and stuff like that, yeah.
yeah, and obviously we say we try and go to the morning line and like the morning warm up track. So we're gonna try and go there, check out the stalls, talk to some of the warm up jockeys, ask them a couple questions. But yeah, it obviously pretty cool to see the lower end of the horse racing.
So you guys got any creative series you've been brainstorming up? Something you wanna try to get rolling that's not the typical just walk up and ask a question?
Kind of. So actually, we just thought of this thing. Me and Brennan have pretty good sources for bets. So we were thinking like every Sunday or like every day, every like certain day, like once a week, we put out like the biggest races at a track that week, and then we give them like 4 or 5 picks. And we did that. We haven't really kept it like steady, but we did it once on opening day at Santa Anita in the last 3 races, and we hit with 2 out of the 3 bets, goal oriented, and I can't remember the first one, but yeah, we hit with that 2 out of 3 bets. So we're gonna try to keep that rolling too.
Pretty good. The Malibu there in Santa Anita. Why not you guys could potentially do is, so you guys know how the Kentucky Derby has the point races into it. You have to qualify for the Derby by
Yeah.
winning certain races. We should
Yeah.
do a little head to head. Maybe we could do this by maybe we could do the horse racing kings versus first rodeo racing. We could pick a horse to win each of the Kentucky Derby prep races. And then whoever wins, we'll create some sort of maybe instead of somebody wins something, maybe we do a punishment in Saratoga, or we do a
Yeah.
ice bucket challenge or something for the loser.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
that'd be
should do
sick.
that.
I think me and Brendan are actually gonna go to the prep race in Aqueduct for the Kentucky
Yeah, we're
Awesome.
Derby.
trying to stop over there in April.
So yeah, so that'd be sick.
Yeah.
We should do that. So we'll do that. We'll keep track of it, and we'll see who could pick the most winners between us. We'll do head to head.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That'd be fun. And then Marcus should be at the Derby, so you'll be
Yeah.
well on top of all the horses that are there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
That'd be a ton
You
of
guys
fun.
have any favorites for the upcoming Derby that you like?
Well, we got Ted Noffey. He's the leader in the clubhouse, but I
Yeah,
I think it's still early. I mean, this time last year, I think sovereignty was kind of just coming out to the scene.
yeah,
Journalism had kind of started to come on the scene in California, so I think it's gonna be a really fun year. I think there's potential that the Kentucky Derby winner still hasn't even just made their first start or is just starting to come up. So this is the most exciting time of the year for me personally, is because this is when the really good ones start to separate themselves.
yeah. Ted Noffey obviously has had some great races, but I also thought that a great star in the Breeders' Cup against Ted Noffey. He didn't get the win, but Mr. AP, who was like 17, 18 to 1, really showed himself. So I think he could be a threat there too.
Yep. I think he could be awesome. I think he might have had a little setback injury wise. That's another thing to keep an eye out
Yeah,
for too, is like keeping these horses healthy is hard because I mean they always say, the slow ones are easy to keep healthy. It's the fast ones that are hard because they're
yeah,
obviously a little bit hard on themselves. So it's kind of a
yeah,
dual-edged sword there. And I think like the craziest thing about this year is we're gonna have so many good horses coming back. I mean, you might see journalism versus sovereignty again this year. You have Forever Young coming back. He's going to run, I think, probably in the Middle East and hopefully come back from the Breeders' Cup. So it's going to be a really, really fun year in terms of the different rivalries that we can see. So even outside of the Derby hype, there's plenty of reasons to be excited about racing this year.
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
So this is actually kind of a good question. So what did you guys think about Brant was obviously a pretty good horse going into the Breeders' Cup against Ted Noffey. How did you guys think he ran against Ted Noffey?
The trainer of Brian and I aren't the biggest fans though. We're not the
Yeah.
biggest Bob Baffert fans. In
Yeah.
part due to some other things, but also in part because we were at the Keelan September sale. Brian and I are waiting in line for an ice cream cone. And who's in front of us? Freaking Bob Baffert. And what happens? The ice cream machine breaks. So now the rivalry is even stronger than it was before. He doesn't know
Yeah,
who we are, but we know who
he
he
made
is.
it personal. He doesn't know it, but he made it personal.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think he's one. I think it's already. Is he retired already? I want to say he's already at stud.
I'm not sure. He
I
might
think he
be.
might have. I think I might have seen that. I gotta keep
Yeah.
up with my news, but
He's a good horse, but I also want to shout out Flavian Pratt, who had a great year. He's been on Bran, he's been on some Sierra Leone and some other big horses, but 7 wins at Aqueduct and then 5 the next day. I mean, he's definitely had a great year.
that's my favorite jockey for sure. If I had
Yeah.
to vote for Eclipse Award, it'd probably be him.
Yeah. He's definitely shown himself very well this year.
Not better.
Okay,
Yeah. So
I got a question for you guys. So you guys are 13. Where do you see horse racing kings in 10 years?
I don't know. I
know.
feel like we're trying to get into more of like I think me and Marcus are trying to be more like the commentating side of sports and horse racing, hopefully, and try to get on like a higher end of what we're doing right now.
Yeah. I think we kind of just want to have fun with it, see where it goes, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's how me and Matt answered a lot of questions too. We
Yeah.
got asked that. We'll see. I don't know. I've always been a big fan of you guys probably don't really know this, but Disneyland down in Florida. You guys know what that is? The
Yeah.
amusement park? So, when they first opened, they didn't put in any walkways. They let people travel around, go to, like, ride to ride. And I mean, obviously, it's not completely true. They did have some walkways and stuff, but that doesn't make the story as cool. So let's just imagine they had no walkways, and, they kinda let the people decide where the walkways go, and wherever there are footsteps or trails is kinda where they put a walkway.
Yeah, that is a good way to see it. Like,
So
you
that's
never know where you're gonna end up and see how it goes.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like me and Matt follow that same strategy of we're not gonna force guardrails onto something. If goes that way, it goes that way, cool. We'll make that work with it when we get there.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
Let's see, so we went over you guys have any other goals for horse racing kings? You wanna have any goals of maybe impacting the sport of racing?
Yeah, we'll just try and
Um,
keep doing interviews and,
try to get
see
a
if that helps and whatever happens. Kind of like I said, we're just going to try and keep going with this and see what people like.
yeah, you guys definitely got to get all your friends into horse racing too, and really spread the game. I think that's one thing that Brian
yeah,
and I try to do with First Rodeo is we try to introduce people that they might be into football, the NFL, or college, or maybe they're into and the MLB. You got to introduce them to horse racing. 'Cause I think it's slept on. I think you guys have figured it out that it's the greatest sport going, and I think sharing
yeah,
that with other family members and other friends is the most fun you could have.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
All right. I
Yeah,
actually gotta head out to dinner, so I gotta go. But thank you for having us.
no
Yes,
problem.
Thank you.
Well, good luck with your channel, guys.
Thank you. We'll
pleasure
see you
having you
guys.
guys.